job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lie!
Dr. Jill Biden, back making house calls, offering her diagnosis of the debate disaster heard around the world.
I was frightened because I had never, ever seen Joe like that before or since. Never.
Or since?
Yes, or
You've
since.
never seen him like
never.
that?
No.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
Yes, he's having a stroke. So off to the Waffle House. Every doctor will bring you there. In her new book, Jill recounts how Joe walked off the stage, immediately asked if he effed up. And she said, yes, you did. She then took him straight to the Waffle House. Stroke fears be damned. Stroke fears be damned. And the excuses did not stop there. The good doctor even feared Joe Biden may have been drugged during the debate. Jill also finally answering the million-dollar question, was Joe slowing down?
People were saying he wasn't the same Joe Biden.
Well, I don't think that's true. He was the essence of the same Joe Biden. But yeah, he was slowing down. He was getting older.
Okay, what's the point of this? I think, Jesse, the one thing she might have misread is that it was just going to be a group of people that discounted her story and really questioned it. But now it's open season for everyone to question. They're so angry at Joe Biden for different reasons, the accounts of Joe Biden. This should be in the fiction column of every library in America.
And Purple State will still outsell it.
Yes.
So if you see your husband having a stroke, you call 911. Emma called an ambulance for me a couple weeks ago. I was dizzy on a Sunday a couple times, and then my face felt funny, so we Googled the symptoms, and I was like, whoa. So she called an ambulance, picked me up at the house, takes me to the ER, and they run all sorts of tests, the EKG, CAT scan, urine, blood, everything, a whole battery of tests.
Right.
Nothing was wrong.
Right.
I was like, maybe hungry.
It shows me what? That Emma cares about you?
She cares because it's preventative.
Yes.
And so, did he go to the ER after? No. He went to
Waffle
the
House.
Waffle House.
Atlanta's
so
finest
she
Waffle House.
actually doesn't care. The family doesn't care. They ran an 80-year-old man into the ground for power. And you can tell she doesn't love Joe the way Emma loves me. Because someone who's truly in love with her husband, if she thought he was having a stroke, would jump up, and she's a doctor, and give him mouth to mouth.
Right.
That's the Hippocratic Oath, right? Do no harm. The Waffle House is harm.
Right. And by the way, LifeVac would also save Joe should something happen, which we advertise on our network. Greg, do you buy Jill's story?
I don't know. I don't think she was shocked. I think she was relieved that Joe was having a stroke because it was proof of life. And by the way, I'm happy they went to the Waffle House because it beats the White House, if you know what I mean. Put it up. I'm just kidding. Let's put it there. Look, it's amazing how, okay.
Dana left him hanging.
She's pretending to be one of us. The shocked and horrified audience that was also watching Biden for years. You can't switch sides now. You can't go from covering up this mess to being shocked by this mess. It's like the Menendez brothers being shocked at their orphans. You spent years deceiving us, and this is actually no different. You're still deceiving us to save your butt and to sell books. I'll go. Jesse's right, even though I hate saying that. Bottom line, if you thought he was having a stroke, you did nothing. So either you're lying or you're just a really bad person. You put politics ahead of the health of a country, but also ahead of the health of a human being. You would rather let this guy die to complete a campaign. I mean, she is a prick.
Right. Well, I don't know if you want to echo that, Dana, pick up where that left off, or do you think that she wanted to run the White House like Woodrow Wilson's wife ran the White House?
I don't think, no, I don't necessarily think that. I think there was that small group of advisors. And we know that the staff at the White House was told, he's fine, don't worry about it. And they were just told to march on. And don't forget, and people are always fundraising. They kept saying, and Jill Biden too, donate to my husband's campaign. He must save this country from the possibility of another Trump presidency. Our country will not exist anymore if Trump wins. And they kept asking people who work very hard for their money for them to donate. And then remember, it was Obama who was like, I don't know, I got to help this guy off the stage, all of that. So the book tour for her is not going to get easier from here. That was the easiest interview she is going to have. And of course, Rita Brayford, she has to ask the question because everybody wants to know. What I think is curious is, why did she have the book come out before the midterm, right? Why not wait until after? You can get those Christmas sales if that's what you really want. But also, I would say that the DNC can't catch a break. The Democrats go from Kamala Harris's 107-day campaign that turns to a 2-year-long book tour. Last week, you had the autopsy that came out. It was a total disaster. This week, we spent time talking about Plattner, Tallarico, and maybe others that are going to pull the Democratic Party so far left that the other Democrats are left going, what are we going to do? And now you have Dr. Jill Biden. So how can the Democrats possibly get a foothold if they're going to keep having all of these books come out?
Right. Alex Thompson was, and I know you have it on your rundown. I checked it out. Alex Thompson was on CNN. He co-wrote the book with Jake Tapper.
Yep.
And he said he talked to Biden staffers, and he said flat out, she's lying about not seeing him like that before.
Yeah, I don't know, besides a hefty advance, which I'm sure is part of the equation.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The Democrats should have paid her that money instead to not write the book.
Jeffrey Katzenberg, that would be the most valuable check written, right? Because Biden's memoir is going to come out after the election. So Obama, the second half of his will come out, I think, before the election in September.
Obama?
The second half.
got another
Second
one?
half.
Remember?
What?
Yes,
Really?
It's the second half, yes.
He's writing a second memoir.
What did he do?
No, because they didn't want to cut it down because there was so much stuff to write about. Yes, there's another one coming.
He fell in love with his own writing.
Yes.
Greg gets that.
Okay.
What's it going to be called?
All right.
Don't
Sorry,
go
Jess,
there.
go ahead.
No, but what makes this very difficult is it's such an unfair test of elected Democrats, people who work in Washington, rank and file Democrats, people who donate, who care about these election results. Because we've already gone through it, right? Went through the 2024 loss. Seeing all the autopsies now, trying to move on, thinking about who are the candidates best positioned to win these elections. Moving past having to talk about sundowning, well, at least for Joe Biden, we can talk about it for Trump. And then this is back for no reason. He falls asleep all the time. Do not laugh.
You're calling Trump sundowning? That is rich. People know what that
I know,
means.
you don't
That is
care.
a symptom of Alzheimer's. Just to be
It's just
clear,
old.
that it's like
I'm not that kind of doctor. And Jill Biden isn't that kind of doctor either. Anyway, it feels unfair, essentially, at this point, to the party that if you want to cement any piece of your husband's legacy, let people move on from this and win some more elections. And then they can point to things and say, like, we're building on the successes that we saw under the Biden administration. That's why we're adding X, Y, or Z thing.
you guys used him as a Trojan horse, and now you're paying for it.
And
he was an
everyone
empty
should eat
white
maggot
male,
food. I
an
know.
old, empty white male. You foisted on the American public to trick them into thinking they were going to get a moderate president. Instead, you had an empty shell of a demented man who implemented tons of radical BS, and now you're paying the price. I don't sympathize.
You've made that clear in every segment.
She brought it back. She brought it back. And this is just the first excerpt.
Yeah,
get worse.
Can't wait.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.